everyone, I'm Michelle with Designs by JuJu, and in today's video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can make an interchangeable wall hanging using the Star Spangled Stitches collection available from Designs by JuJu. While this collection is designed to be anything you want it to be, it does not really include directions for how to make a project completely in the hoop. But you are in luck. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can add an envelope backing to make these blocks completely in the hoop. So let's grab our supplies and let's get started. For today's tutorial, we are going to be creating an interchangeable wall hanging using the new Star Spangled Stitches blocks from Designs by JuJu. For the interchangeable wall hanging, you will need the following supplies. Fabric cut according to the supply list listed within your PDF download. I have all of my pieces cut, as well as 2 background pieces with an envelope backing, because in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can make this project completely in the hoop, no sewing machine required. You will also need some cutaway stabilizer. I'm going to be using magicMESH cutaway embroidery stabilizer from Designs by JuJu Plus. Batting, I'm using loftySOFT batting from Designs by JuJu Plus. Embroidery thread, and some ribbon. Since this is going to be an interchangeable wall hanging, we will be using the ribbon to hang each of our blocks and panels. All right, so let's head over to the embroidery machine and let's get stitching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be stitching the 7 3/4 inch size blocks. I'm stitching the eagle block from set 3. I already have my magicMESH cutaway stabilizer loaded onto my hoop, and I'm ready to run the first stitch, which is going to be the placement line for my batting. Next, I'm going to place my batting directly on top of those placement stitches, and I'm going to run the tack down stitch to secure that in place. Next, I'm going to remove my hoop from my machine and trim away the excess batting. Next, I'm going to run the tack down to secure my fabric in place. I do have SF101 fused to the back of my main background fabric. Next, I'm going to remove my hoop and trim away the excess fabrics along each of these edges here. I've just removed some of the excess fabric along the diagonal pieces here, and now we're ready to do our flip and stitch corner pieces. So the first stitch is going to be the placement line for my first fabric. Next, I'm going to take my fabric and place it right side facing down, about 1/4 inch overlap over that initial placement stitch, and I'm going to run the tack down to secure that fabric in place. We've stitched, so now we're going to flip. Give it a good finger press, and now we'll stitch it again to run a stitch along the side and top portion to secure that corner fabric. I'm going to repeat that exact same step for the remaining 3 corners. Now that all 4 of my corners are stitched down, I'm ready to begin on my applique work for my eagle. Now that I have all of my applique work done, the remaining stitches are all satin and decorative stitches. I'm going to run those off camera and then we'll check back in once they're complete. I've just completed all of the stitching on my eagle block, but rather than unhooping it, we're going to go ahead and take this block and turn it into a complete project. If you remember earlier, I showed you some ribbon in our supply list. We are going to be adding some ties to the top of each of these blocks and adding an envelope backing so that this project can become an interchangeable wall hanging. If you would like to make a mug rug, a pillow, a coaster, anything else with these simple blocks, you can use this same envelope backing method by just placing your envelope backing like so, and placing it back onto your machine to run the second stitch step, which is the tack down for our batting. However, I am making this interchangeable wall hanging with these awesome ribbon ties. So first I'm going to go ahead and position my ribbon where it needs to go within this block. Now that I have my ribbon ties secured to the tops and bottom of my hoop, I'm going to go ahead and add my envelope backing. If you're making an interchangeable wall hanging like mine, you can choose an appropriate spot for where you'd like those ribbon ties to hit at on your project. I've just measured mine where I think they fit best with the little wall hanging that I have. All right, so next I am going to take my envelope backing pieces, and again, I'm just going to place them directly on top of that ribbon, and I want to make sure all of those little ribbon ties stay inside out of the stitch path. I'm going to overlap my envelope backing. So you see here I have the seam, here's a press seam, and here's a press seam, so they just overlap about an inch. And then next, this step is very important. You're going to want to place a piece of tape where your presser foot is going to stitch over. So I'm going to place a piece right here and a second piece over here. Now, since this project isn't necessarily designed to have an envelope backing, it's going to stitch where the initial batting tack down started. You want to have this tape here so that your presser foot does not catch on the envelope backing. You can also slow down the speed of your embroidery machine if that makes you more comfortable, but I find that this paper medical tape works perfectly and my presser foot just stitches right over it and it removes cleanly when it's complete. So I'm going to take this back over to my embroidery machine and we're going to run the tack down stitch to secure this envelope backing in place. We are back over at the embroidery machine and I have already jumped ahead to stitch step number 2. Remember, that is the tack down stitch for our batting. You want to make sure that you're using the tack down stitch for our batting because that batting tack down is a little bit closer in and you won't have your outside seams showing. So I'm going to go ahead and run that tack down stitch to secure my envelope backing in place. And there we go, it's complete. Now that we have the envelope backing tacked down, I'm ready to go ahead and remove that tape. And as you can see, it just tears away so easily and cleanly. And now I can remove my project from my hoop. And the last step for this block is to trim away all of the excess fabric and batting. And then you're going to turn your project through the envelope backing on the back. And this method, like I said, would work if you want to make coasters, mug rugs, some little pillows, just some small ones. You can make a 10-inch pillow using this method with the 10-inch block. There are numerous things you could make using this envelope backing method, and it's so easy and no sewing machine is required. That's why I love it. All right, take your turning tool and gently push out those corners. And give your block a good press. And if you'd like to close your envelope backing along the back, you can. I'm going to just close mine with some heat and bond tape here, this sticky sided tape, and then this panel will be complete. And there we go. So here it is with its good press. I've got my envelope backing close with that sticky tape. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start assembling my interchangeable wall hanging. So why we are calling this interchangeable is that you can choose any layout you want with these blocks. And then if you want to swap them out and get new blocks, you can just untie the ribbon ties and place a new one within your wall hanging. So let me spread these out and I'll show you what I've got. So as you can see, I chose 4 different blocks for this project. The girl is from Star Spangled Stitches set 1. The fireworks are from set 2. And both the eagle and the sunflower are from set 3. So now that I have all 4 of my blocks laid out, I can play with the arrangement and find a layout that I like best. Now that I've got my layout, I'm going to start with the girl as my top piece, second piece, third piece, and fourth piece. So I'm going to start with these top 2 blocks first. And I'm just going to take my little ribbon ties. And as you saw, I had 2 ribbons along the tops and bottoms of each. My ribbons measure 10 inches. You can choose if you want them shorter or smaller, but I wanted to keep mine a little bit longer so that I have a way that I can tie a bow. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the 2 ribbons and tie a cutie little bow on each of these little ties. Like that. And there we go. So the top panel is now attached to the second panel, and I'm going to continue that process for all 4 of my panels. All right, let me show you what I've got here. So here's my top panel tied with my second panel, third panel, and then my last panel is the eagle we just stitched on camera. And for its 2 bows, I just tied them with simple little ribbon knots here. You could tuck them behind if you don't want them to show, but I think that looks pretty cute just like that. So now I'm going to grab my wall hanging. Here's the little wall hanging I have. And again, I'm just going to tie these last 2 ribbons onto my wall hanging, and it's going to be complete. And there we go. How cute is this interchangeable wall hanging? You can cut your ribbon shorter if you would like. They don't have to stay this long, but just make sure that you do give yourself enough ribbon. That way, if you ever want to change the alignment or the layout of your project, you can easily do so. As I stated earlier, this envelope backing method is such a great way to make these Star Spangled Stitches blocks completely in the hoop, and it's quick, fast, easy, with no sewing machine required. We just completed stitching our interchangeable wall hanging using the Star Spangled Stitches collection. On camera, you saw me stitch the eagle block, but I also showed you many other design elements, including how to add an envelope backing. Being able to add an envelope backing to these blocks takes this project to the next level and allows it to become a very easy beginner-friendly option. We discussed how you could use the envelope backing for pillows, coasters, mug rugs, and so much more. In addition to the envelope backing, we also discussed how to place and attach the ribbons if you want to make an interchangeable wall hanging like myself. I absolutely love this interchangeable wall hanging idea because not only does it allow you to rearrange your blocks in any way that you want, but you can easily stitch new ones and change out the decor throughout the seasons. I hope you have enjoyed today's tutorial. Don't forget to check the description box below for additional helpful links, as well as links to many more Star Spangled Stitches tutorials. Also, make sure to join the Designs by JuJu Blessings Facebook group for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. We hope to see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy stitching!